For friends, they always say that breakdance, break bones, because they think the hopping and spinning moves are very injury prone. So they like always very worried on me. They care for me.
My girlfriend, she's been real supportive. Instead of going out on dates, she'll hold me down, watch me train. Yeah.
Maybe girls like come and look at us, but we also don't need to ask number from them. I don't have to go and find girls. Girls come and hunt for me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Breakdancing don't have any age limit. As for the body condition, right? Also can, but you have to be cautious of what you're doing.
B-boying is my life, so I want to do it forever, you see. But if halfway through my body can't take it anymore, I guess I have to stop.
In the past, actually, the term breakdancing was coined by the media, and they viewed it as a way of solving conflicts. The current generation, they view it something as to impress others or outdo another person, as in any competitive activity. The main idea is to outdo the person no matter what. Yes, in breaking, we feel that if you're true to it, basically you're just doing it for yourself. But at the same time, in every person, there is always that competitive streak within them.
I picked it up in about 1983 when I was about 13 years old. Back then, I think it all blew up when two major movies hit the cinemas. It was breakdance first and then Beat Street. And then after that, it just took over the whole youth culture here. We'll be dancing in open spaces like that, but then just right in front of shops, you see, and then obviously the owners of the shops were not too pleased. They'll call the security, and when security comes, we'll run, and then find another spot within the shopping complex and start dancing there again. And then a huge crowd will gather, and the whole process, the whole cycle happens. The security comes, and then we run and we move around again. So it was like a cat and mouse game, with the security. It was quite funny. Yeah, I don't think there has to be an age limit, you just need to be really young at heart. And of course, you have to be very fit because this is, it takes up a lot of your energy here. It keeps kids, focused and not, doing the wrong things like getting into gangs and drugs and all that. So it was good.
I took ballet for a year when I was really little, and then moved on into gymnastics for about 2 years, and then completely stopped dancing. Well, not really. Did a little bit of it in school, mainly choreography. I was choreographing some of my own stuff, following MTV. But no formal training in terms of taking classes. The world's your best class. You just pick up from other people, their style, their rhythm, their look. That helps a lot, actually. Often when I do my gigs, they come in two situations, basically, either by myself or in a group. And in a group, we have friends to talk to, each other to rely on. We take turns, so I'm not always on stage. On solo, it's all yourself. You don't have to follow everybody else because choreography is always in a group. And, when you're out, you look really different from everybody else. But when you do like solo, it's your own feel, your own, you get to put something back into it. And that's why, I think I love freestyle over choreography. Unfortunately, when you do solo and freestyle, you tend to revert your own style slightly. So that's something you have to take note on and just try and change to a different beat or to a different step every time a new beat starts, if you can. And that would help it look different. What goes through my mind when I am dancing, my feelings would be that I try to get into the mood, the beat, and be one with the music in a sense, and be free to explore where nature takes you, where your body takes you, how you feel and what you want to do, and hopefully it looks good. Some misconceptions about what we do would be that it's always fun, it's a joy, it is in many cases, but there are also hardships behind everything. The work is unstable. You have to go out and look for jobs unless you're with an agency, and a reputable one at that. And the perception is the other thing. Basically, you get looked at differently. Maybe sometimes that you're easier because you suggest it in your moves, and you may have some unwelcome handling, and that might be hard to stop. So you've got to be very aware of who is beside you, and tell them nicely that you're not interested and move off. Or if you know how to handle yourself, you can tell him straight to his face to keep his hands to himself.
Personally, I think Alethea is a great freestyle dancer. She's sexy, beautiful, and she has presence on the stage and or podium. She's able to move well and look good doing what she does. I started off in the 70s. I started as a street dancer. I joined dance competition and slowly worked my way to establish myself professionally, and then and get my experience further by doing live show dance, backing up singers, all that, by just doing that without any training. The reason I started dancing freestyle mainly because I have the passion. The disadvantage is to be a freestyle dancer, there's always the young one that coming up the next to you. And if you can't improve yourself to go further, I don't think a freestyle dancer can stay more than 3 years. If you get yourself to further your experience and learn more dance, different variation of dance, to be a versatile, then I think you can go further. Like, for example, me, I'm still like, people still want me to dance, and I'm almost nearly 40.
Actually, the story started about 6 years ago. It was actually a live jazz event, and I was standing there, and then I saw my current mentor, Singren. She was the one who brought the swing to Singapore, and I saw her dancing with her then partner, and I said, wow, that's what I want to do, because I love the music, I love swing music, I love the big bands, I love Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Chick Webb. I always knew that I was supposed to move to it, but I just didn't know how. So when I saw Sing did it, I was like, that's it. Then I stopped myself and like, wait a minute, I don't dance. So it was with a lot of trepidation that I went to the first class. But after one class, that was it. I'm hooked. And I like to say this to especially the younger people when I teach, is that Lindy Hop is pretty much like the hip hop of the 1930s. Because if you think about it, in the 1930s, a lot of youths were doing it because it was popular culture. The big bands, the big band music that you hear, which is like ultra retro to us now, was actually popular music then. And people were dancing to that. And if you transpose it to what we have today, what's popular culture? People doing hip hop, they think it's cool and stuff.
I think for Singaporeans, swing dancing is still something that they're not very used to. It's not something that everyone knows about. It's very different from, say, salsa, because there are a lot of salsa clubs, and I think salsa music is also very popular in current pop music. That's not so for jazz, although it's coming up with people like Jamie Cullum and Westlife coming up with new jazz music and all that. But pretty much we are, as a swing community, it's not too well known yet, but it's gaining ground.
The problem with Lindy Hop is that in the performative aspects, You see a lot of people guys throwing the girls around, dipping them and making all kinds of stunts. And that gives a very wrong impression of Lindy Hop, because that's only one aspect of it. But unfortunately or fortunately, that's what hits people, out. If you're doing a performance that's wham, bam, you get that kind of an impact there. But there is a social aspect where it is a whole lot more calm. It can still be happy and energetic, but it can be slower, it can be smooth, it can be sexy and sensual even. So there are many different aspects to the dance. And I think the problem is that people tend not to see all aspects of it.
I first started doing Lindy Hop or swing dancing in London in UK, and that was in 1988. I was working there at that time, and a friend of mine brought me down to a club. And in London, there are a lot of bands that play swing music. So the bands play, people go there and dance. So I kind of walked in on this club and I thought, hey, that's something I can do. I was living in London for about 10 years and I didn't come back till 94. So that's a good 5 years after I started. And when I did come back to Singapore, there was no Lindy Hop here. So I was very lucky because my very good friends who knew what I was doing in London, they said, okay, you have to teach us. So I started teaching this close bunch of friends and at least had some people to dance with. Then it kind of grew from there. Because age is so irrelevant to dancing. Any dance, I believe. It's really what you enjoy and how you feel. Our mentor, his name is Frankie Manning. He turned 90 this year, and he is a wonderful Lindy Hopper still. He still travels the world teaching. If anyone says, oh, I'm too old, I just show them a photo of Frankie Manning. Of course, he's absolutely unique, but he's an inspiration. And I think once people start dancing, they discover a fountain of youth. Swing dance or Lindy Hop is a creative and fun and happy dance which you do with a partner, and once you get hooked, you really cannot stop.
Input dream distortion.
I'm giving you a new assignment, a new target.
That was a heavy dose, ma'am.
It was necessary.
An old-fashioned duel. 1-to-1 on your chat.
Adapted from the play Peter's Passionate Pursuit by Eleanor Wong.
We lost contact. Where's Peter?
And featuring a stellar cast.
You're not interested in helping him. You're just interested in scoring points.
Project Peter, on Stage to Screen. Tonight, 10 p.m. on Arts Central.
Would you like to know firsthand how the various episodes are conceptualized and filmed? Now, here's your chance. Tune in to News Radio 938 every Monday at 1:10 p.m. and 2:20 p.m. for exclusive interviews with the cast and crew behind Stage to Screen on Arts Central.
They're back! After a phenomenally successful sold-out run in 2002, the crew is back to serve up a second helping of the spiciest, tastiest entertainment you've ever experienced on stage. Piloted again by the critically acclaimed Glenn Gui, don't miss this delightfully hilarious flight. Wild Rice's Boeing Boeing opens April 6th at the Victoria Theatre. Book your seats. Call Cystic now. 6 days of films by the best up-and-coming talents from Australia. Award-winning features. Short films from renowned festivals. Showcasing some of the best films from Australia. The Commonwealth Bank Australian Film Festival. Get your tickets now.
At the tender age of 18, Teresa Goh was already a world champion.
She did hold the world record in a 15 years breaststroke.
She did Singapore proud by making it to the finals in all her events of the 2004 Paralympics.
The only person I want to beat or will be thinking of beating will be myself. Because if I can't even beat myself, I won't be able to beat the others.
The Makings of a Champion on Generation Next, Tuesday 9 p.m. on Arts Central. Brought to you by HSBC, the world's local bank.
It's a magical show filled with dashing heroes,
Lovely to see.
colourful sidekicks,
And as good people as one.
and for the first time ever, 7 of your favourite Disney princesses. It's a visual spectacle for everybody. Don't miss Disney on Ice from 11th March at the Singapore Expo. Log on to kidscentral.com.sg now for full details.
Hey everyone, buy 4 tickets to Disney on Ice Princess Classics at the Parkway Parade Cystic Outlet this Sunday and get exclusive Disney on Ice posters.
Wakey, wakey! On Sunday mornings, welcome the arrival of the fittest. 9 a.m., join Pixie from Heaven on an exciting and dangerous journey. Next at 9:30, Happy Sunday Kids will bring you a variety of fun-filled activities. Loads of unanswered questions? Be sure to catch Bright Sparks at 10 to have them all answered. Amidst the hustle and bustle, let the Eco Warriors fill your day with unlimited joy. Share your Sunday mornings with Channel 8's Kids Time Belt.
It can be a comedy or tragedy. It can be riding with tension or drama.
Stop it!
It is knowing the limit, and that you have none.
I will make him leg break, hand break.
Open the windows into human experience.
I never knew I could feel this way.
People always judge things on how they look and never look deeper.
This March, only on TV Mobile.
Hello everybody, we are
FTC.
Okay, floor tennis crew, I'm Victor.
I'm Ken, Gerald, Charlie, I'm Azrul, Norvin, Kelvin.
We took about 2-3 weeks. We all helped to choreograph in a bit, and basically it was just pure practice.
Tiring and hot.
Yeah, hot.
Oh, the uniform is hot. And it's a bit old school.
Yes, so easily.
Old school as in look like those old timer wear one. The uniform. It look like ape. With respect to the space, basically it's big enough for all of us. But say we want to play around and stuff like that, I wouldn't think it's big enough. I do not feel that the surface here at Renzi is very ideal for us because it was designed for the handicapped or the wheelchair bound, in which the surface is actually a non-slip surface. I feel that the ideal surface would actually be a hard and smooth surface. An example would be the marble flooring at the Esplanade. The least ideal surface, however, would actually be gym mat surfaces or carpeted surfaces, in which many of us have sustained carpet burns while doing performances. It was really interesting because it was actually our first time as a crew coming together and actually filming something now, and we would like to have a second experience.
I think the B-Boys being here today at Renzi Hospital is absolutely brilliant. the street dancing that's taking place in front of the patients, they might not fully understand it, but they're fascinated because what they do see, even though they don't understand the actual dance, is the enthusiasm, the creativity, the sheer hope, and promise in these young boys and these talents. And it's a bridging of the generation gap too, because a lot of our youth don't speak dialects nowadays, but I think their body movements say so much. And I think for the boys too, maybe a little bit of reckoning, how life is so precious. And a lot of the hope in them today, our patients had too at one time. So I think it's brilliant they are here today with us. Renters for the community, and the B-Boys have done us the honor of bringing the community back into Renters. Thank you very much. Well done, guys.
Good morning.
What's that?
Oh, letter for my girlfriend.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I can't wait. See ya. Walk slowly, huh?
everybody, everybody.
Hey, hey, hey! I'm just moving at the mouth.
At the tender age of 18, Teresa Goh was already a world champion.
She did hold the world record in a 15 years breaststroke.
She did Singapore proud by making it to the finals in all her events of the 2004 Paralympics.
The only person I want to beat or will be thinking of beating will be myself. Because if I can't even beat myself, I won't be able to beat the others.
The Makings of a Champion on Generation Next, Tuesday 9 p.m. on Art Central. Brought to you by HSBC, the world's local bank.
Hear the sound of 100 metronomes ticking away. Loud and large bibiks and babas quarrelling in Parliament. Premieres, screen debuts, solos and more. It's time for One. The Arts House celebrates its first anniversary. Tickets on sale now. Call 6332 6919. For the first time ever, Disney on Ice brings you 7 princesses in one magical show. It's going to be an enchanting show filled with your favorite tunes from 7 Disney fairy tales.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Don't miss this very special extravaganza. Disney on Ice Princess Classics from 11th March at the Singapore Expo. Log on to kidscentral.com.sg now for full details.
The 3D IQ puzzle has taken Singapore by storm. Do you have what it takes to solve this latest, coolest IQ puzzle fast? Then come on down to United Square from March 12th to take part in the exciting Brain Twist Challenge. Be the fastest to solve the puzzle and you'll win $10,000 in cash. Anybody above the age of 8 years old can take part. Log on to kidscentral.com.sg now to register for the exciting Brain Twist Challenge.
very fond memories about Bedok Jetty. I still live on the east side, and I think it's the chillest place in town. You know, people by the beach are just generally happier, I find. You know, we have the sun, the sand, the sea, you know, crashing waves, and that's just, you know, keeps you tuned. And I just feel like, you know, it's a great place to be. It's very peaceful there in the afternoon. I mean, obviously when not everybody's camping out and hogging everywhere, but it's great. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed when I was young that it was always so dirty. I mean, that's why I was very glad that the government actually, you know, did their part and cleaned it up. Well, whilst I was dancing and being filmed, I saw a lot of jellyfish, which is very interesting, which I've never seen before. And they were really huge about the size, and there was one about the size with very long tentacles, and there was something I never noticed before, and the fish I've never seen before as well. I think it was great to be able to dance by the jetty, and I mean, I always loved looking at the water, like when we were in Centro, and you know, you can always see the water down there, and it's a great platform, you know. So to be able to do this was a great opportunity. I think I had fun in the beginning. After it took 5 hours, kind of strained a little, not a little, okay, very much. So I was very tired, and my legs were very tired, because, you know, I had to do it so many times, over and over, in different angles, and it was more vigorous. So yeah, I was pretty tired by the end of it all, but it was a bit fun.
这种舞蹈是有看过，这个是属于年轻人跳的一个现代舞，可是它整身充满了舞蹈的细胞，所以跳起来非常非常好。
让这边海边大好，我们觉得好像充满了活力呢。
所以，假如说这边呢时常有这样的跳舞呢，我看每个人都开心啊。
我们老人家会时常来这边，我来这边钓鱼，我觉得有女孩子这边跳舞，觉得很新鲜、很特殊。
哦，我是这样。我来这边钓鱼，假如他这边跳舞又跳得这么好，我想我鱼都不钓了，因为我对音乐还有舞蹈我很兴趣，所以我情愿不要钓鱼，我看他跳得比较好。夫在西，夫大鹏展翅，
大鹏展翅，
手大鹏展翅，手。大鹏展翅，手。耶！好，马上去了，马上来！你在这里洗一遍，我说你这样事情，去钓鱼还是去露营？西夫在西夫大鹏展翅，
大鹏展翅，
手大鹏展翅，收脚老汉推车，收脚老汉推车，对 ，OK， 这个开来3步剑打一拳去。 展翅，大鹏展翅，大鹏展翅，大鹏展翅，大鹏展翅，收脚。
It was known as the Hollywood of the East.
I really don't know if the Hong Kong film industry can be still that good as in 80s or 90s. Like we produce more than 200 films a year. I'm not very optimistic about that.
Is it the end of Hong Kong cinema?
It would be more healthy to have all kinds of independent films.
Or a new wave?
Someone who make a film very experimental or even you would say this counter the industry.
Reviving the Hong Kong film industry on Hidden Dragons, Mondays 10:30 p.m. on Art Central.
They're back! After a phenomenally successful sold-out run in 2002, the crew is back to serve up a second helping of the spiciest, tastiest entertainment you've ever experienced on stage. Piloted again by the critically acclaimed Glenn Gui, don't miss this delightfully hilarious flight. Wild Rice's Boeing Boeing opens April 6th at the Victoria Theatre. Book your seats. Call Cystic now. It's going to be an exciting show filled with action, adventure, and pure magic. Don't miss the visual spectacle of Disney on Ice from 11th March at the Singapore Expo. Log on to kidscentral.com.sg now for full details.
Hey everyone, buy 4 tickets to Disney on Ice Princess Classics at the Parkway Parade Cystic Outlet this Sunday and get exclusive Disney on Ice posters.
Art Central and Tag Heuer proudly co-present Celeb Portraits, the exhibition and charity auction at Wisma Atria.
Celeb Portraits is really the first time where art actually plays a really big role in not only raising the awareness of visual arts, but also that we can actually support a charity.
Celeb Portraits is a program that's not only creative, inspiring, it is somewhat provocative. It merges the concept of celebrities and the arts, like Tag Heuer fuses celebrities and sports. More so, it is a program with a charitable soul.
You've seen the masterpieces on Art Central. Now, see them for yourself and probably take one home.
Come down and bid for your favorite masterpiece from now till 6th of March. Ta-da!
Bring home a piece of art and go ahead and place your bids for any one of your favorite portraits.
Do your part for charity. Bring home a piece of art. Bid for my portrait from now to the 6th of March. Do it.
Proceeds from the auction will go to the AFA Fund for children born with HIV. Tag Heuer also donated 2% of its January net sales proceeds from the Tag Heuer Espace to this fund. Come down to Wisma Atria from now till 6th March and witness Celeb Portraits at its most inspiring.
Works for, like, I'd say 25% of the Fortune 500. To me, it's a challenge. And sometimes it's even more fun when they know I'm coming. I've posed as an investment banker. I've posed as a venture capitalist. I don't feel any guilt. I mean, you have to expect that guys like me are out there. We're predators.
The Corporation. Part 3 on Saturday, 12th March at 7:30 p.m. Only on Channel News Asia.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go.
Dancing here at Mustafa, well, it's definitely something that I wouldn't do in my normal day-to-day living unless they play a swing song over the sound system. It feels strange in a way, but I think if I come back here again, it would probably be like, hey, I've done something really special here.
When I heard about the fact that I was going to play a Japanese tourist, I was actually quite shocked because I totally don't look Japanese for one, and I didn't know beforehand that Japanese tourists actually go to Mustafa Center. But after a while, the idea sounded quite fun and it's interesting. I'll be pretty eager to see how it will turn out.
The location itself is one big challenge because, I mean, I've done choreography before and that's mainly for stage. And that's pretty straightforward because it's just one angle, you know. But, you know, Mustafa is, you know, you have aisles, you have cramped spaces, and I think it poses a very big challenge. And I think this is the first time I've actually done what I like to call a music video, because it's kind of like a music video because it's action, there's dancing to the music and it's movement and stuff like that. The whole process is actually very dynamic and it's actually a very challenging one because I think first and foremost there are a lot of creative minds at work. On the one hand, you have the director, you know, and the writer giving us like the storyboard and the framework to work with. And then Singh and I traded a lot of ideas when we knew what we were going to do in terms of the music and we had a rough idea of the location. I realized from today, during the actual shoot itself, that the whole process doesn't end before the shoot. Because on the shoot, on location itself, there's so many different things going on, you know, and then the camera angles and you gotta, you know, rejig certain things because some things don't work on camera and some things, you know, you want to change the exits and entrances and, you know, the director wants new stuff in, so you have to come up with new stuff.
When you're dancing for stage, you really have to sustain your energy because you know that the song and the dance lasts for 3 minutes and you have to like go all out for 3 minutes and interact with the audience and, you know, give your all to the dance. But with camera, it's really very different because there's a lot of cuts, you know, a lot of, I guess, different angles, different camera angles. So you kind of like start and stop and start and stop and you sustain your energy in a very different way.
There is a couple of filming, like drama and some talking point, things like that. But this one is totally different from the rest because of the dance involved. You know? Previously, everybody knows Mustafa is totally Indian. So I think with this dancing around, we'll carry Mustafa, you know, carry Mustafa name to look different. You know? And the dancing around the shopping mall, the customer will think this is something new. I believe customers also never seen things like that. Swinging, dancing in a shopping mall. Something good for us. Maybe give me time, I don't mind to learn about swing dancing.
シンガポールで一番大きなショッピングセンターです。でこれからですね、皆さんも中をいろいろ見ていただくんですけれども、すごい人なのでもうご一緒に行動してください。はい。じゃあ1時間後にここでお会いいたします。はい。じゃあ行ってらっしゃい。
பாத்தீங்களா? நிச்சயமா பார்க்கலையா?
楽しかったですか？ OK、じゃあこちらの方に行きましょうかね。